Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we are looking at the Ferret ATV. This is Cobra's little fast attack four wheeler that we all know and love. The Ferret ATV was first released in the United States in 1985, was also sold in 1986, and unfortunately, again, it's another one of those vehicles that was discontinued in 1987. The Ferret was also available as mail order from 89 to 91, or to 93, sorry. Around 91, the mail order Ferrets started to appear in brighter, more vibrant colors. This can carry two vehicles, has four-wheel drive, all-terrain, is an all-terrain vehicle with removable missiles. Um, So kind of going from there, here on GIJoe.com, which is where I grab all the pictures from because they have a phenomenal database for all the pictures and some of the stuff on the toy the toy itself. And then, like I said, this is where I had gone to get the blueprints, and then I took the idea from the blueprints and I put it into the Star Wars role playing game. So we have a nice view from the front and one from the back. So we have the dual mufflers back there. And then we also have a nice side view. And if we look at the other side here, you get to see the nice big recoilless rifle there, which I was kind of looking at my stats here this morning as I'm kind of getting this all together. And I think I really flubbed up on this. So we will have to make some changes on what I originally did for my stats. Okay. Some wonderful views of the Ferret, and then the original box art that we had done. So we have Storm Shadow and Firefly riding together, and of course the back picture graphics that we had, and some details as to how to assemble this. And then this is where I was kind of looking it up on my phone, and so I could kind of really zoom in here, so I could try and figure out exactly what we all have here. Um, And of course, because I'm looking at this on my computer screen, trying to find what the rifle is, and that's very small print on my computer screen, so it's one of those things. If you're looking at it on a nice big screen, you could probably read all this, but unfortunately, I just have a hard time, which is why I originally did it on my phone, and I could kind of blow up the image a lot better. Um, but we're doing this together on the computer, and we go from there. All right, so easily broken or lost pieces. The Ferret's black hose is commonly missing. Also, the two red side missiles and the storage cover are small and easily misplaced. This was featured. We have a nice picture of one of the dreadnoughts. Was it Torch? I'm gonna mess this up. Um, I know I was just looking at all the dreadnoughts too, and I'm getting it messed up. But one of the dreadnoughts on the Ferret there, and of course we have our old uh, card here. So let's see what we have. We have a powerful all-terrain vehicle with flexible off-road tires, fender flares, and armament. It has laser. Wow. Okay, laser-seeking combat rockets. We have a 16-valve liquid-cooled 115 horsepower four-cycle looks like Fender engine, straight through low restriction exhaust system, six forward speed transmission, one piece welded steel wheels, free floating transverse front suspension. And it doesn't mention anything about the armament that we have on here. And of course, we have a nice commercial piece when they were doing all of this. So, kind of looking at this vehicle constructions and the versions here. So this has got to get updated by them because we now have two new versions of this vehicle ourselves. Box art, we had Argentina had a slightly different box art, so did the Netherlands. So originally we had the Ferret in '85. We have a blue Ferret in '91, and a gray Ferret in 2006, as well as a nice camo version of it in 2006. Now today we have for the classified series, and I believe we have one that looks just like the old original, and then we have another one that is. Um, I want to say there was a Tiger Patrol that they had just come out with. Um, so it's going to be the Tiger Claw, which it will look. I'll click on this and we'll see what kind of a. Okay, well, that looks a little different. Um, that looks like a whole different type of beast. And no, I think I clicked on the wrong one. No, this is the Tiger Claw, but that looks like a whole different beast that they had come out with. So, um, Tiger Paw here. There. That's what it looks like. Now we got her looking like she should. So we do have this. And of course, that's something that they had come out with back in 88. So obviously, there's a couple different variations out there than what we were looking at. So we have different versions here that it says just vehicle construction. We have snake tracks. Let's take a look at that. Oh, okay. So it's a double box set. So, it's an interesting vehicle. Another one of those things that we see from time to time. Very iconic for what it was back in the 80s. All right, so here we are bringing it into our Star Wars universe. And how do we kind of do this? So we have it at a speeder scale. It is roughly 8 feet long, which puts it at 2.4 meters. One crew, one passenger. Cargo, I gave it about 45 kilograms. And I gave it about a 1/4 cover here. So it is ground based. Maneuverability 1D. I was giving some of the tracked vehicles a little bit better. I was giving them some like a 3D for maneuverability. Why don't we give this a 2D? I think that might better represent this. It says it can go about 45 miles per hour. Body strength is a 1D plus 2. This is a lot of fiberglass and stuff like that we put on here, trying to keep it light so it can get us to and fro. I don't know if you would want to consider this, if they would make this more out of a steel, or if you want to keep this a lighter body, more of a fiberglass and all that. So we can play with that a little bit. It's a 1D plus 2, so it's just below average, but it's still somewhat there. I gave it the 2 missiles. Of course, they're forward facing, and I put it out, I think I was judging that off of some of the other missiles that I had seen, and I gave it a 70 damage. Now, do keep in mind these are personnel scale. Being some smaller missiles, and actually it's kind of a unique design, especially seeing that it's pointed at both ends. But I figured it's just their flair of how they wanted to do it, not a big deal. But I'd give it a 70 for anti-personnel use. If it does go up against any vehicle, of course, if it'll drop down, because this is speeder scale. So if it's going against another vehicle, it's going to be very deadly to a car. If it does go up to a walker, something walker scale, it's still going to be 5D damage. So that's pretty lethal there. So that's kind of my thought here. All right, we have a light auto blaster, and I have that at personal scale. Doing a fire control of 1D. We don't have any big sights here. I mean, we're just kind of going off of, just this gets aimed off the handlebar. So wherever the handlebar is going, that's where that swings around to. I figure everything's going to be very rudimentary on this. So not the best to aim, but, we can get suppressing fire down, maybe get some heads down. So that was my thought on that. Thinking it'd be more akin to a couple like 9mm style blasters or something like that. If it was in today's real world, it'd be like 9mm, maybe a slower fire. You don't want to blow through all that too fast, but like 9mm fully automatic submachine guns or something like that. Something along that line. I only have it at 3D. I think maybe I should have that at about 5D. And in the blaster cannon, now I admit I kind of goofed at this when I was looking at it, because I remember seeing that they do have recoilless rifles, and they are essentially you have to kind of load them up. It's almost like a bolt action. Um, so why don't we consider this like a speeder version of a recoilless rifle? Um, Maybe even if it has like a 5 round magazine or something like that. However you want to view it, but we're going to have that. Now, this is at speeder scale doing 5D. So keep this in mind. This isn't personnel scale. This is speeder scale doing 5D. But again, because you have to kind of aim it with the vehicle, um, the aiming's not going to be perfect. So um, I'm just kind of leaving it that way. So however you want to look at it, and I'm like I said, I'm not saying it couldn't be a semi-auto or something like that, and you know, uh, we can go from there. But I think I goofed up on the damage originally, so we're going to kind of course correcting here today. Uh, I think this does give it a fairly good range. Of course, the missiles being at personnel scale as anti-personnel, more like a fragmentation missile or something, or however you want to consider it. That's pretty respectable. If it does hit a vehicle like a tank or something like that, it drops it down to a 5D, which is the same as what our blaster cannon is. Um, but it also makes our fire control up a little higher too, because then it ups the fire control as it lowers the damage. Um, a bigger target, easier to hit. So I think we get a pretty good grasp of this. I think this kind of encompasses what the vehicle very well could be. Um, Let me know in the comments what you think. I think it represents it. I think it gives it some pretty good teeth for any regular ground pounder. And it supplies some fairly good backup for anybody. Um, so, yeah, I think we'll go with that and see what kind of fun we can have with it. So, as always, hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next video.